critic Josh Bell is joining us here in our studio for another weekend previewing movie events coming up this week. So the first one we're going to talk about is a Hungarian period drama called Sunset. So tell us more about this.
This is actually my personal favorite movie of 2019 so far. It was Hungary's submission at the Oscars for the foreign language film in 2018. Didn't get nominated, but it's now out in theaters in the US and including here in Las Vegas. Is playing at Regal Village Square through at least the end of this week. I think probably only this week because it's a small film. It's only playing a couple times a day, but it's absolutely worth catching. It is an intense, surreal story. Takes place on the eve of World War I, and it's gorgeous and well acted, and I just can't recommend this movie enough.
All right, and we also have something for Star Trek fans out there, and I always tell people that I actually prefer Star Trek over Star Wars. So
I'm with you on that, actually. Yes.
So I'm a little bit excited on this one. Yeah. It's actually a documentary film, well, basically chronicling Star Trek and its origins.
It's about Star Trek Deep Space Nine, which is 90s era Star Trek series. My favorite Star Trek series, probably. The film is called What We Left Behind, looking back at Star Trek Deep Space Nine, and looks back at that series, talking to a lot of the people involved in it, and it's going to be one night only in theaters with some bonus behind-the-scene footage on the 13th at 7 p.m. in various local theaters before it'll be available on VOD probably in a couple months.
All right, and if you guys are looking for a unique movie experience, if you tried it before, you wanted to try it, the Cosmopolitan is now debuting their dive-in movies.
Yes.
And so tell us more about this kind of experience for people out there who haven't tried it.
Yeah, they do it every year. They've been doing it for quite a while during the spring and summer, and you can go to the Cosmopolitan pool and hang out at the pool, enjoy the nice weather, and get a drink and something to eat, and they show movies on the marquee. So it's actually that giant marquee that you can see from the strip. They show films there. It's one of the more unique film-going experiences, and that's going to be starting on the 13th at 8 p.m. and they're going to do it every week throughout the summer. The first movie they're showing is Mission Impossible Fallout, which is a great movie to see on a massive screen because it's got all this huge action and Tom Cruise.
And we always talk about light, fun events for the family, but this one is actually, the next event we're going to talk about is talking about something that's really important, to bringing attention to a problem that we're experiencing in the Valley, which is about sex trafficking.
Yeah, there's a local documentary. It's called The Zen Speaker, Breaking the Silence. It's from Robin Greenspun, who's a local documentary filmaker, and it profiles Amy Ayub, who is an activist here in Vegas, who speaks out about sex trafficking, talks about her experiences and the way that she has been advocating for survivors of sex trafficking. And it's a free screening over at UNLV on the 15th at 6:30 p.m. I saw this movie at the Las Vegas Film Festival, and it's a powerful story from Amy Ayub to hear her, and there'll be a Q&A with her afterwards as well.
All right, and Steel Magnolias is actually celebrating its 30th anniversary. For fans out there. They can relive
the tears and the laughter and all of that. I haven't seen Steel Magnolias actually, but it is a classic. Julia Roberts, Dolly Parton, Shirley MacLaine, Sally Field, and this story of Southern women and their friendship. It's been newly restored for its 30th anniversary, courtesy of TCM, who do a lot of these great big screen versions of classics. That's on the 19th and the 21st and 22nd in various local theaters, and bring your girl group and check out Steel Magnolias if you want that.
Yeah, it's a girls' day, girls' night out.
Exactly.
Yeah. And lastly, we want to bring this up. Josh Bell actually has,
in the latest issue of Desert Companion magazine, KNPR's magazine, you can check out my piece on the essential Las Vegas movies. So talking about the best and also most important movies that capture our city. There's 11 picks here in the magazine. If you go on to knpr.org, you can see my full 20 picks, including like Leprechaun 3, which people might not know, as well as things like The Hangover and the Ocean's films, and my idea of what's essential for Las Vegas at the movies.
Yeah, there you go. So if you are a big movie buff, Josh Bell always has something for you.
Yes.
And of course, we always love having you here over the weekend.
Always great to be here.
Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be right back after this break.